And hello, welcome to another video. Today I wanted to talk to you about a favorite game of mine that came out a couple of years ago. It's called Lords of the Fallen. Probably heard of it. So I bought this on PC when it first came out. I want to say 2024, and they've done a lot of support with the game and made it very good, which was something I was really happy to see. They've done a lot of patching, a lot of work, and it's an absolute banger of a game. If you like Souls likes, 100% would recommend you check it out. I've invested about 100 hours into the game and had so much fun with it. Recently, over the last couple of months, though, it's been announced that they're making a sequel, and the sequel should come out some point later on this year. And I was really excited for it because I really liked the first game. Well, technically the second game, but this is the first game in a reimagining or a reboot of the franchise. So technically, this is a little bit making the third Lords of the Fallen game, but a sequel to the original to this new Lords of the Fallen from 2024. I didn't realize how much of a fucking mouthful that was until I actually tried to get all that out. Anyway, to cut to the chase, what I just learned that I haven't seen anyone talking about that has really frustrated me is the Lords of the Fallen 2 is coming out later this year. At the moment, there's a lot of gameplay trailers coming out, and it looks very good. It's coming out on PS5. Like a lot of the advertising is being done by PlayStation. So I'm like, but I'm seeing ads for it, but I can't see it on Steam anywhere. Like if you go into the Steam store and you search Lords of the Fallen, you can't find it. Like if we go to the Steam store, right, and we go Lords of the Fallen 2 and we go search. Nothing. Like no sign of it. Even the Lords of the Fallen is already friend passes down here. Like you can't actually find the game. And I'm like, that's really weird. Why can't I find it? I thought it was going to be a PlayStation exclusive, which I would not have been happy about. I could have bought it on PS5. I have a PS5. But the fact that I would be forced to is not something I was thrilled about. After doing a little bit more digging, though, what I was able to find is that it is not a PlayStation exclusive. It's not exclusive to Xbox. It is on PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. However, what has happened is instead of it being going to be put on Steam, if you want to play it, guess where you have to go? Everyone's favorite launcher, Epic. You have to go to the Epic store because that is the only way for you to be able to play the game is through the Epic store. Now, as a PC gamer, I can tell you that's incredibly frustrating. I don't want to play the game on Epic. It's a bad service. It's a bad platform. I want to play my games on Steam. This is my Steam library. As you can see here, I have a lot of games in my Steam library. A lot of games. And this is where I like to play my games because Steam is the best platform, offers you the best deals, offers you the best environment, the best support, all of these things it does that is really great. It makes it the best place to be, to play your games, buy your games, and all that type of stuff for PC players. So to see them have the absolute nerve to do this really pisses me off. So I wanted to look into it to figure out why they've done this, because I think this is just an L move, not very smart. Turns out the devs made a deal with Epic to get funding and use them to help publish the game, which I was like, okay, that makes sense. But Epic, because they're such a backwater company, have also now forced them to make it exclusive to the Epic Game Store, which I'm just really not a fan of. And the fact they would do that just tells you that Tim Sweeney or Epic Games just don't belong on the PC platform, because PC is all about choice. It's all about openness. It's a free, it's like a free, the idea of it is it being a free open platform. So for them to do something so like this, that is the opposite of freedom, PC players don't want to be locked down to a launcher of choice. They want to use their preferred, and the fact is the preferred is Steam. That's where PC gamers want to be. And to be locked down by this is 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 just bad, and I'm really disappointed. And to be honest, I'm now at a point where seeing this news, I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to play Lords of the Fallen 2. Maybe I'll buy it on PS5 at some point. But to be honest, I'm just absolutely devastated by this news. Looking into it further, not Epic, the studio behind Lords of the Fallen have indicated that at some point that they might try to buy the exclusivity rights back so they can put it on Steam. But what they have said is a big reason they were willing to make this deal is for them. They said, "Oh no, it'll be okay. We don't predict the loss of it not being on Steam will that be that major." And I understand that, but I think what they're not realizing is, and I'm going to use this as a big example. One of the biggest games that came out a couple of years ago is called Alan Wake 2. It did very well on console, sold very well on console, like Xbox and PlayStation. Made a lot of money, did well. That game, to my knowledge, has only just broken even or hasn't broken even at all. And the reason that happened is because the game lost millions of dollars because it was on the Epic's Game Store and not on Steam. And you gotta meet the players where they are. And exclusivity deals are just bad. They're bad for the consumer. And while console players are probably more okay to deal with that sort of thing because of stuff like, PlayStation exclusives, Xbox is moving more to doing better distribution, but essentially, PlayStation still does a lot of exclusives. It's probably something that doesn't affect them as much. As a PC player, I see that and it just pisses me off, and I'm like, this is not okay. What Epic's doing here is just, it's not good enough. Like, this is just poor behavior, and maybe I'll be wrong, but I think they'll see it in the long run. They're going to look at the cost and they're going to look at the money that they make back, and they're going to go, shit, why have we lost so much money in sales? Why are the player numbers not where we thought they would be? And it's simple, because you chose not to go on Steam, you didn't meet the players where they were, and everyone's just not buying the game. It will do well, like the PlayStation will represent, and I'm sure those players will play. You see a lot of people playing on PlayStation, but it won't be enough. And it's just incredibly disappointing to see. But yeah, that's pretty much the main issue. I guess the other thing I will say is exclusivity at its core is incredibly anti-consumer. And the biggest problem with it is when you make content that is, or put your content in an anti-consumer way, what Epic Games is telling you, they are saying this: our platform isn't good enough. Our service isn't good enough. The Epic Games Store isn't good enough to win your patronage, to win your money, to win you jumping across to our platform, because we know we can't compete with Steam. We know we can't offer what they offer. So instead of trying to compete, we're just going to try and cheat, and we're going to try and force your hand to force you into our platform, to force you into our service, because our service is crap and they know it's crap. But instead of trying to compete, they have to force your hand and force you into their environment. And it's pathetic. It really is. And it just shows why Epic, again, they just laid off like 1,000 employees. Fortnite is supposed to be this juggernaut of a system, like a juggernaut of a live service game that can't fail. The not Epic Games, Unreal Engine is supposed to be this amazing, Unreal Engine 5, this amazing, engine that can't fail. Everyone should use because it's the best in industry. It's industry leading. But clearly it's not, because it's not making them enough money, because they have to pull stunts like this. I'm incredibly disappointed. And while I might check the game out on PlayStation, where I would have preferred to bought it is PC and on Steam. So until the day comes that it comes to Steam, there's a chance that I don't play this. Or if I do, I wait till it comes really, really cheap, and I buy it for next to nothing on PlayStation. But I don't know. I'm just incredibly disappointed, and I feel very let down by a game that I supported from the beginning when the first game came out, and there were problems with it, and a lot of people hated on it. I was very supportive, and I was a big fan, and I really enjoyed it, and it feels like a bit of a slap in the face. And I'm hurt by it. I really am. But it is what it is. Like, it's just business at the end of the day, and if this is what they feel like they need to do, then that's what they need to do. But in my opinion, it's just going to hurt them in the long run. But anyway, I'm going to wrap this video up here. Um, if you've got, if you like the video, well, like it, comment, share, whatever, all that stuff that they say. I just want to get honestly, for this, I don't care about getting likes. I just want this message out there because I think the PC players need to know that this is not going to be available on Steam and what Epic have done here. It needs to be seen, it needs to be heard, and these game companies know that we won't tolerate this kind of stuff. It's not good enough, it's not okay, and we expect better. Anyway, thanks for listening, and I'll see you all in the next video.